Congratulations on purchasing a very high-quality marine navigator, the Northstar 951X or the 951XD model. Although the navigator is user-friendly, you should take the time to thoroughly study your owner's manual and reference provided by the manufacturer and review this video as often as necessary until you can operate the 951 with proficiency and confidence. This way you'll be able to take full advantage of the many fine features and functions of your new unit. Before we begin, please be advised that the United States government owns and operates the Global Positioning System. Although it is a highly reliable and dependable system, you should never solely rely on one source of navigation information. You should never use this video during actual operation of your equipment. The program owners, producers, and distributors assume no responsibility for any consequential losses of any nature with respect to this program. Press the power key briefly and you'll see the greeting page appear. Once the series of tests are complete, the mariner's warning page will appear asking that you read and acknowledge important information regarding the use of electronic charts. Press any one of the 5 function keys to acknowledge the advisory page. The 951 contains a built-in map covering most of the entire world. Although the unit can be used without a nav chart cartridge, its usefulness is greatly enhanced if cartridges covering the areas you intend to cruise are available. After the 951 has acquired satellite data and completed the startup sequence of tests, and you have acknowledged the advisory screen, a chart representing your present position is displayed. The triangular boat symbol in the center of the chart is our present position. If you wish to display a more detailed view of your present position, press the zoom in key. Or, if you wish to show more area around your present position, press the zoom out key. If you would like to know your position coordinates, press the More Info key, and several forms of numeric information will be available. This is your vessel's speed over ground, course over ground, zoom level range in nautical miles, the distance and bearing to a waypoint if one has been selected, your vessel's position in latitude and longitude, and the last press of the More Info key returns you to the full chart display. If you would like to display your position in numerical form only, press the position key and your present position, speed over ground, and course over ground will be displayed along with the time of day and date. Pressing the position key again will return you to the position chart screen. If your present position is not displayed on the electronic chart, press the position key twice if necessary, and it should appear in the center of the chart. In the default mode, north is at the top of the chart. Water is white, and land areas are gray. The image of your boat will be pointed in the direction of your course over ground. Now remember, course over ground is your actual direction of travel over the bottom, and not particularly the direction your boat is headed, especially if wind and currents prevalent. The direction of your boat on the screen is of no meaning if your boat is not moving. Remember that each electronic chart cartridge contains data from a number of paper charts. You can see the boundary lines of each chart by zooming out to the extent the chart areas can be displayed. Remember also that the amount of information from chart to chart may vary. Navigation aids on the electronic charts represent a variety of common aids to navigation, such as buoys, lights, lighthouses, day beacons, etc. Since these have been converted from official paper charts, it's possible that they're not 100% accurate and may not show everything the paper charts show. The nav aids are typically shown as black circles with white letters. The G represents the green channel marker, and the R a red channel marker, and W for white and Y is for yellow. Approach buoys are shown as circles with black on the upper half and white on the lower half. Notice if you move the cursor on top of a nav aid symbol, information will be displayed about the aid along with the distance and bearing from your present position to the aid. Sound buoys are also featured on the electronic charts. Some navigational aids may be shown as test only. If the 951 displays the word vessel here, then the unit will be showing your boat centered on the chart. This will help you to immediately locate your boat's present position relative to your intended course and other nearby features. The vessel will remain in the center and the chart will move around it. If you press the cursor key, the chart will display the cursor on the screen and change the display from the vessel mode to the browse mode. If you press the cursor key, it will switch to the browse mode, and by pressing the vessel menu key, you can return to the vessel mode. In the browse mode, you can view any area on the chart or the world map for that matter, or you can quickly determine the distance and bearing to other points on the chart. A neat feature of the 951 is that you can easily and quickly determine the distance and bearing between any 2 points on the chart. Press the waypoints route function key and then press the distance bearing menu key. Move the cursor to the first point you wish to measure from. Press the Set View Nav menu key, and you will see a new starting point displayed. Now you can move the cursor to any other position on the chart, and you will see the distance and bearing displayed in the information area. The Chart Setup menu will allow you to control the display of data on the chart screen. The Chart Detail menu will allow you to modify any of these displayed parameters. To change any one of the chart displayed details, first move the cursor to the item, then press the On-Off menu. That turns the item on or off. The Northstar 951 will display your track history as a series of dots which indicate the path used. Under Track Control, you can choose how often it will store position fixes as points in the track history. And up to 1,024 position fixes can be stored. When this limit is reached, it will erase the oldest point and add the new ones to the track line. Press the Track Control menu key, and you can choose from these options for point storage and the corresponding length of the track. If you select Freeze, the track would prevent any more points from being stored and keep it unchanged. To remove the track display, turn the track display option to off. Make sure to return it to on to resume viewing your track. These options can be changed by using up and down cursors to move the arrow to an item that you want to change, and then pressing the Edit menu key. Use the cursor until you select the option that you want, and then press Enter when you're done, or Clear to restore the field to its original value. The Erase Track menu key will clear the track history displayed. Press Enter and then return twice to go back to the main chart display. Now let's take a closer look at the position screen. If you're using a paper chart, remember that slight differences could occur if the datum of the paper chart and the electronic chart are not the same. Also notice in this box there is a brief status summary of the GPS receiver. 2D navigation or 3D navigation should be on. Other messages such as acquiring, sky search, tracking, per fix, and communications failure indicates that the GPS receiver has not locked on to the satellites, and again, it should not be used for navigation. You can always display more information about the satellites by pressing the Satellite Info key. This will display the signal-to-noise ratio of each satellite and indicate where the satellites are currently located overhead. Notice the satellites are identified by their PRN number. The estimated accuracy of the system is also displayed, and the horizontal dilution of precision, or HDOP, is shown here. The smaller this value, the better. Anything less than 2 represents excellence. Now, if you're using differential GPS, you will see the GPS indicator displayed here. In case you're not familiar, differential GPS is a system whereas position information is slightly more accurate than the normal provided for civilian use. You must have a DGPS receiver or the 951D model in order to receive this increased level of accuracy. If you're using DGPS directions, then you can get more information by pressing the DGF Info key. The main thing to remember is that if you're receiving corrected data, then a lock will be displayed here. By interfacing a LORAN receiver to the 951, you can navigate using LORAN coordinates as well as GPS coordinates. You first need to select LORAN by pressing the star key until the user customization screen is displayed. Next, press the navigation option and then the edit menu key. Use your cursor arrow keys to display external LORAN as your position source and then press enter. If you're using a LORAN-C interface with the 951, we'll assume that you understand and know how to use the system and continue in this video to utilize the GPS system only. There are 2 ways to enter a waypoint in the 951's memory: by graphically entering positions on the chart or by numerically entering position coordinates. From the chart screen, you can press the waypoint route function key and then the waypoints menu key. Use your cursor and position the cursor where you want to add a waypoint. Remember, you can zoom in or out if necessary to place your waypoints exactly where you want it. Next, press the Add Waypoint key, and now you're able to enter the name of the waypoint. Notice each key of the keypad has 4 characters. By pressing a key 1 or more times, you can display the characters you desire. When you have the character selected, use the right arrow cursor key and move to the next character position. Now continue this procedure until you have named the waypoint. Then you can choose a symbol which you would like to be displayed on the chart representing the waypoint. Select one and press enter. Notice that this is the coordinates of the position that you have chosen on the chart. When everything is correct, press enter to store the waypoint in memory. There's a quick and easy way to go to any position on the chart without storing a waypoint in memory. Simply move the cursor to the desired location using the cursor key, and then press the Go To Cursor Memory key. Press enter, and a track line to the new waypoint from your present position will be shown. This temporary waypoint will be named Quick. The other way to permanently store a waypoint numerically would be to press the waypoint route key and then press the waypoint's menu key. Press the Add key and you can enter a waypoint name as previously shown. When you're finished entering the name and have chosen a symbol, press enter. You can press coordinate type and then choose to enter either latitude and longitude coordinates, LORAN TDs, or distance and bearing coordinates from your present position for the new waypoint. Let's enter latitude and longitude coordinates. When you're finished, press Enter to store the new waypoint in memory. To display waypoints contained in memory, press the Waypoints Route key, then the Waypoints menu key, and you will see a chart view of the waypoints that are in the local area. To view a list of waypoints, press the Next View menu key. The first list displays up to 30 waypoints that are within 100 nautical miles in the order that is nearest to your present position or the position displayed on the chart. Press the Next View key again, and you can display an alphabetical listing of all waypoints. Press the Next View Waypoint key again, and you can display a list of avoidance waypoints that are within 100 nautical miles. To designate a waypoint as an avoidance area, you can simply enter a distance in the warning radius box at the bottom of the New Waypoint or Edit Waypoint screen. The 951 will automatically form a circle around the waypoint, identifying it on the chart as an avoidance area. It's a good idea to add a little extra distance around such an area as a very shallow reef, for example. The 951 will allow you to easily form routes or a series of waypoints that lead to a final destination. You can form a route by entering waypoints as you travel to a destination, or by entering existing waypoints into memory prior to taking the trip. First, let's create a route graphically from the chart. Press the Waypoints Route key, then press the Route menu key. Press the New menu key, and you can enter the name of your new route using the keypad and cursor arrow keys. When you're finished, press Enter. First, position your cursor at the first waypoint location and press the Add menu key. You can use navaids, existing waypoints, or any unmarked point on the chart for that matter. Continue creating the route by moving the cursor to the desired waypoint locations and pressing the Add menu key for each new waypoint in the route. The second way to create a route is to store locations as you travel the length of any desired route. To do this, press the Waypoints Route key, and then press the Route menu key, and then the Save menu key, which will allow you to begin saving a route automatically. You can enter a name for the route as before. As you pass the location of each waypoint you want to store along the route, press the Save MOB function key. Press this key briefly because if it is depressed for more than 3 seconds, it will enter the MOB mode, or man overboard mode. Continue adding waypoints along the route in this manner until you're finished. When you're through, go to the route screen, if you're not currently displaying it, and press the Stop Save menu key. Answer the prompt by pressing Enter. You can make changes to an existing route, change its name, add waypoints to the beginning, the middle, or the end of the route, remove waypoints from the route, or erase the entire route. For example, let's add a waypoint in the middle of an existing route. First, press the Waypoint Route key, and then the Route menu key, and use the up and down cursor keys to point to the particular route you wish to change. Next, press the Edit menu key. Use the cursor to select the leg of the route in which you want to add a waypoint, and then press the Split Leg menu key, and then move the cursor to the point that you wish to add the waypoint, and then press the New Waypoint or Insert New Waypoint key. When you're finished, press the Cancel Insert menu key, and then the Return key to leave the Edit Route function. Next, let's navigate to a specific waypoint and then along a route. You can navigate to a waypoint that's stored in memory by pressing the Waypoint Route key and then the Waypoints menu key. Next, press the Next list and use the cursor arrow keys to designate the waypoint you want to navigate to. Then, press the Go To menu key and then Enter. When you're navigating to a waypoint, press the Steer key. There are 2 steering screens to choose from. Both screens show your cross-track error graphically at the bottom of the screen. Both also show numeric information, including the distance to the waypoint, bearing to the waypoint, speed over ground, and course over ground. The 3D steering screen shows your waypoint at the top and your position relative to your intended course line. The first steering screen has a user-selectable area which can be set to display certain information according to your personal preferences. Press the center menu key and notice that each press of the center menu key changes the data displayed in the box among three choices. To follow a route that has been stored, press the Waypoints Route key, then the Routes menu key. Select the particular route that you wish to follow, and then press the Go menu key. Notice that you can follow the route in a reverse order by pressing the Reverse menu key. The 951 will select the first waypoint in the route as the one closest to your present position. If you wish to travel there, press the Go To Waypoint menu key and then Enter. You could also use the cursor to select a particular waypoint to travel to, and then press the Go To Waypoint menu key, followed by Enter. The Northstar 951's Nav Log functions allow you to quickly and easily check your progress along a trip. It also helps you plan and log trips. In the Nav Log, the distance and bearing of each leg of the route is displayed. It is easy to read the direction to the next leg of the trip. Your estimated time of arrival and estimated time en route to each waypoint is shown. The 951 has a number of automatic alarms that can alert you of some situations. Anytime you press the Start button, you access the alarm and backlight screens, which will indicate the cause of the most recent alarm. Press the Clear Alarms to stop the beeping sound and the flashing symbol on the screen anytime that it becomes necessary to do so. Most of the alarms will automatically clear after 5 seconds. The avoidance area and anchor watch alarms must be acknowledged before they can be cleared. 4 of the alarms are adjustable. Select the particular alarm that you want to edit, press the Edit Alarm menu key, and then use the up and down arrow keys to select the status you want. When you're finished, press Enter. Notice the audio beep that alerts you of alarm conditions can be turned off or on under this menu. The 951 can calculate tide information for any of over 3,000 tide stations, which includes the entire U.S. coastline, many Caribbean islands, and the coast of the western area of Canada. Press the Star key until the tide track graphic is displayed. You can select from any of the 9 tide stations closest to your present position, or from any 9 tide stations closest to any point that you designate on the chart. To choose a nearby tide station, press the Configure key while viewing the tide track screen. Then press the Choose Closest Tide Station menu key. Now use the up and down arrow keys to point to a desired station. Press Enter twice to return to the tide track screen. To choose a tide station from the chart, press the Choose Tide Station from the Chart menu key and move the cursor on the chart to the desired location you want tide information and press Enter. You can also select a particular date other than the current date by pressing the Configure menu key and then the New Date menu key. Enter the date, your desired information, and press Enter twice when you are finished. There are many ways you can customize your 951 in order to display information the way you desire. Press the Star key until you display the User Customization screen. To change any of these options, select it by using the cursor keys, and then press the Edit menu key. You can use the up and down cursor keys and the keypad to change or choose an option. For example, you may set the units of measurements for distance and speed to nautical miles and knots, kilometers or kilometers per hour, or statute miles and miles per hour. Press enter when you've made your selection and clear to leave it unchanged. We've covered most of the features and functions of your Northstar 951X and 951XD navigators. On behalf of James Morris Productions, we wish you many happy and safe voyages.